Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kevin Mahoney, and I'm the Acting Director of the Lackawanna College Police Academy. I would like to thank you for being here tonight to celebrate the graduation of Cadet Class 254. I would like to specifically thank the families and friends of our cadets for their unwavering support and encouragement as they progress through our academy. The Academy training program is rigorous, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and requires sacrifices not only by our cadets, but also by their loved ones. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the program this evening. Before we begin, I would like to introduce our staff members who work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure our program is the finest in the Commonwealth. From application to graduation, they all play an integral part in the success of our program. Our Assistant Director of Academy Operations is Jerry DeSoy. Jerry is a retired Chief of Police for Wilkes-Barre and has been with our program for over 2 years. Jerry has 36 years as a law enforcement professional. Jerry. Paul Bowman is an administrative assistant and academy instructor. He's hiding in the back. A former chief of police and an active police officer for over 28 years. Lisa Senek, Lisa Senek is our newest addition to our administrative staff. She's in the back and has already proven herself to be an invaluable member of the Academy team. I would also like to recognize Beth Thompson, our admissions advisor, and her predecessor, Denise Boyle. The admissions and testing process portion for applicants is long, and there's a lot of moving parts, and their duties are essential in developing our cadet classes. I retired last June after 25 years with the Pennsylvania State Police and joined the Academy 1 week later for the world's shortest retirement. I wasn't sure exactly what to expect when I arrived, but after working alongside numerous graduates of this academy for over a quarter century, including municipal officers, county detectives, and state troopers who began their careers here, I certainly knew it was an exceptional program. What I quickly learned was that our academy instructors are the backbone of our program. Without them, our program would be an empty shell. We have an extensive roster of both active and retired law enforcement professionals from a variety of local, state, and federal agencies. Each one brings a level of experience and expertise that makes this program a standout one. We have several instructors here in the audience, and I'd like to personally thank you for your dedication and service to this academy. I would ask them to stand, but they never do, so let's give them a round of applause. I would also like to recognize former Academy Director John Chilleri and all Academy directors that came before him for their leadership and innovation that built the program to what it is today. Finally, I would like to thank Bill Shane, Director of the Lackawanna College Continuing Education Department, Dr. Jill Murray, President of the Lackawanna College, for their unwavering support of our Police Academy program. We have some very special guests here tonight that will be participating in our program. Dominic DeNaples is a representative of the Lackawanna College Board of Trustees and a longtime supporter of our Police Academy. Mr. DeNaples, a veteran of the U.S. Army, will be conducting the final inspection of Class 254 later in the program. He's seated right down in front. Dennis DeAugustino is the pastor of the Steamtown Church in Scranton, as well as the chaplain for the Scranton Police Department and the Pennsylvania State Police Troop P. Wilkes-Barre. Dennis also presents a program to our cadets on values and ethical decision-making. Shy. Our guest speaker to my left is Edmund Zygmunt, who has had a long and highly diverse career in law enforcement, from police officer to assistant district attorney to working with the Federal Office of Homeland Security, as well as being an expert in law enforcement training. Representing the Never Forgotten motorcycle ride is Paul Reed and Dick Rossi, both former Scranton police officers. Representing Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 63 are David Repchek and Lee Rowan here on the stage. And last but certainly not least, Wright Township Chief of Police Royce Engler is here tonight, representing the Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police Association. As is the tradition for our graduation ceremonies, representatives for our current cadet classes, Class 256 from Hazleton and Class 257 from Scranton, are here to show their support for our graduating cadets. I would now ask Class 256 and 257, please enter the auditorium and be seated. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, I would ask that all guests please stand and join me in welcoming the graduates of Cadet Class 254, led by Academy instructor and United States Marine veteran Jeffrey Hughes, along with Dick McLean on bagpipes. I ask that you please remain standing afterward for the Pledge of Allegiance. Instructor Hughes, please direct Class Captain Kevin Chernesky to begin the Pledge of Allegiance.
Present up! I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order! On! Left, face.
Those in the audience can be seated now, thank you. I apologize. We're going to have the invocation by Chaplain Dennis D'Agostino first.
Let us pray. God, you are our creator and you rule over everything. Please be with these cadets who are graduating from the Police Academy tonight, Class 254. Lord, I pray for Nicholas Batesel, Kevin Chernesky, Avery Gordon, Nicholas Ivanoff, Angelika Matu-Zielinski, Kevin McEwen, Walter Meany, Paul Melvin, Danielle Rodriguez, Austin Sigarovich, Donald Stout, Allison Swancheck, and Kevin White Knight. Lord, I pray for safety, that you, God, would take care of them and take care of their families. Keep them, protect them, sustain them. In the tradition of the Academy, Lord, we dedicate their training and graduation to Fallen Officer Dominic Paparelli. End of watch, December 25th, 1960. I pray for his grandson's wife that's here with us tonight. Lord, be near that family. I also pray for the cadets for strength, courage, resolve, integrity, honor, and character. And finally, Lord, I want to take a second on behalf of these graduates to thank you for the journey so far, to thank you for all of their family and friends that are here tonight, and to entrust to you their great calling and their great career. Lord, thank you for being an amazing Savior. Tonight is all for your glory. And it's in your name we ask this. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. God bless you.
Okay, now you can be seated. Class 254 will now undergo the final inspection as a class. The Lackawanna College Police Academy is a paramilitary organization, much like most or not all police departments. Cadets are taught to follow strict rules and regulations, to act in a courteous and professional manner at all times, and to maintain close attention to detail. The final inspection will be conducted by Dominic DeNaples and Instructor Hughes. Instructor Hughes, please have the cadets. Oh, I'm sorry.
Director Kevin Mahoney, this class is well and duly prepared. I return to you, Class 254.
Thank you, sir. Instructor Hughes, please have the cadets proceed to their seats on the stage. We will now hear from Mr. DeNaples, who will share a few words with our graduating class.
Thank you, Director. Good evening, welcome,
thank you for your attendance. My remarks tonight will be brief, directed primarily at those 13 cadet class, and general in nature. This gathering here tonight for this purpose again demonstrates Lackawanna College's continued commitment and contribution to higher learning, culture, and to getting people job ready here in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Lackawanna College has been educating and conferring degrees for a period spanning 3 centuries. We began way back in the 1800s, all through the 1900s, and now well into the 2000s. And tonight, honor, distinction, and pride has come to visit us one more time. Tonight, the honors and the distinctions rest with this class 254, those 13 cadets. The pride of it all, as always, will remain here in the academy, and more especially with all of you, the families and the friends of the graduates. More especially because you are the people who helped with the tuition, the babysitting, the transportation, and so forth. You are also the people who gave them the encouragement and that little extra push to carry on when the road here may have gotten a little bit bumpy. And yes, folks, the road here is rather bumpy. The hill is steep and it's curvy. The way is very challenging and somewhat difficult. However, those 13 cadets know that this is the small price that must be paid and the sacrifice that must be made in exchange for all of this, the bigger privilege and opportunity to be here today. Let's talk a little bit about being here today. Those 13 cadets are not here today solely because of their choice. They're not here because they looked at the program and said, this is interesting, I think I like it, the price is right, good deal, I'll join up. It doesn't work that way. The screening process and the vetting process and all that is necessary prior to enrollment here is well above and beyond what the average citizen can imagine. We have many, many applicants, only certain few are selected. Now class, this certification, this diploma you received tonight, does not come alone. It takes with it certain added responsibilities on your part. All of a sudden, you're going to become somewhat of a role model. You're going to be looked up to by your friends, your neighbors, your family, and more importantly, the youth and the children you come in contact with. The bar is now lifted on your personal behavior, and you must conduct yourselves accordingly. Class, you are well trained, you are well prepared, and you're scrubbed up nice and clean and shined up and groomed up, and you look pretty darn good tonight. What do you think? Do they look all right? They look good? I think they look great. However, the one single unanswered question, how will they serve? How will they protect the dignity and the integrity of the badge of a police officer? How will they keep it clean, pristine, and free from tarnish and blemish? Class, how will you serve? I have the answer. Tonight during the final inspection, I walked through the ranks and I visited each and every one of them. And doing so, I look into the eyes and the faces of each and every one. What am I looking at? What do I see? I do not see doubt, confusion, uncertainties. I see hope, promise, confidence. I see that eagerness and willingness to learn and to go forward in life. And life, as we all know, is one constant and continuous learning experience. A young mind, enriched, enlarged, expanded with all of the values and virtues that this certification brings, cannot and will never shrink or return to its former size because skills, talent, knowledge are absolutely no burden to carry. Now, when we separate and leave here today, few of you have jobs to go to, others will be seeking employment. You need to be the very, very best at whatever you endeavor into. So, set your sights high, point your arrows upwards, skywards, and do not be afraid to take that chance, because the biggest loss will be taking no chance. You must learn to apply the extra effort. Why extra effort? Because the ordinary effort does not always work. What is extra effort? Extra effort lies within. It's in your gut, it's in your mind, it's in your backbone. Extra effort is that eagerness and willingness to go forward and the absolute refusal to quit or give up. Class, let's take a good look at reality. Out in that real world today, it's the person who applies himself, the one who digs in, perseveres, and lasts the very longest. It is not always the brightest bulb that succeeds and becomes successful. All good things begin with a vision. Each and every one of you has some kind of a vision. What you need to do is reach inside of yourselves, shake it loose, and put it to work. The human body and the human mind will perform far, far beyond your expectations, but only if you challenge them. Class, do not underestimate yourselves. You can't do it. Today, you will add to yourselves one new dimension of character. You will add to yourselves an indelible mark of distinction that will remain with you. And this certification that you receive tonight brings you the building blocks and all the tools necessary to climb that ladder of success. And here tonight, and at this level, you will graduate from the absolute finest and most challenging police academy in this Commonwealth. As it now becomes your turn to maintain, add to, and build upon that long legacy that law enforcement has enjoyed throughout the years. This great reputation is a result of those who served before you. People like your director, Kevin, some of your presenters here tonight, and Kevin's cadre of instructors who are second to none. There are several of those instructors, they gather here in this area. And if you read your program, you'll see that each and every one of them are listed by name. And further note that they come from all walks of life and every avenue and aspect of law enforcement. And each and every one of them are experts and specialists in their own little focused areas of expertise. And they're here for a few reasons. Well, they're not here for the money, because around here, anything over minimum wage is considered overpayment. That was intended to draw a little laughter. Let me tell you why they're here. They're here basically because they understand the need for good law enforcement. They're here because they know that everything necessary to become a good police officer cannot be found online or in the textbook. They're here because they want to pass on to you, teach you, impart on all that they have learned and accomplished throughout their careers. And for that, let us one more time give the instructors their well-earned recognition. Thank you, instructors. Well, you're certified, you're going to work. You get up in the morning and you don the uniform of the day, which consists of handguns, handcuffs, communicating devices, protective clothing, and so forth. Tonight, the old man with the gray hair and the bald head wants to give you a few more items to put in that tool chest. And the items I'm about to give you, you must always have with you and never leave behind. Number one, your physical endurance. You must maintain your physical endurance. Number two, likewise, your mental endurance. Maintain your mental endurance, accompanied with the ability to act prudently, check out a situation, act prudently, promptly, and correctly. And number 3 is courage. You must maintain your courage. And number 4, finally, I think most important of all, is good old-fashioned common sense. You're going to have to know how to and when to policemanize a situation, and you're also going to have to know how to and when to humanize a situation, and I'm sure that those traits will be honed sharply with experience. Now, up till now, and very recently, a municipal police officer's duty and job was primarily traffic control, traffic enforcement, burglary, arson, domestic disputes, chasing little Johnny down the alley after he robbed a couple donuts off the donut wagon. And let me tell you, that little Johnny, he runs faster than any cop that I ever knew. You figure the rest out. Class, you are now a product of Lackawanna College's Police Academy, and you will always wear our label. Going forward in life, you must position yourselves and posture yourselves so that we here at Lackawanna can always be as proud of you as we are today. May God bless you, may God bless our United States of America, and may He guide you each day of your lives.
Thank you, sir. That's the sign of a pro. Right off the top of his head. And I got this big binder in front of me trying to keep track of what I'm saying. And I messed up twice already. All of our cadet classes have a designated chain of command. The chain of command is selected by the academy director and assistant director with input from our instructors. Having a clear chain of command introduces cadets to the organizational structure of police departments. I am pleased to introduce the chain of command for Class 254. Please stand when I say your name. Class Captain Kevin Chernesky and Class Sergeant Walter Meany. Captain Chernesky will now address the class and the audience.
Thank you, sir. Good evening. My name is Kevin Chernesky, and I am the captain of Class 254. I would like to begin by thanking the administration and staff of Lackawanna College Police Academy. Acting Director Mahoney and Chief DeSoy, thank you for running an excellent police academy. Likewise, all the amazing instructors. I do not wish to name them individually for fear I will omit a name, and that would be abhorrent to me. Likewise, all of you have changed the way I think, and I will never look at the world in the same light again. Next, it is imperative to thank the family and friends in attendance tonight. This journey was long, and without your support, none of this would have been possible for any of us. In my case, I need to thank two people, my wife Kimberly and son Connor. Connor has been pursuing a master's degree in electrical engineering from Rochester Institute since 2019. He has been a constant source of pride and inspiration. My wife Kim received her doctorate in education from Drexel University 5 months ago. We have been married 22 years, and education has always remained the most important ideal in our family. I could not have asked for a better partner or best friend. She is without a doubt the #1 reason responsible for any success I may claim. Kim, I love you and thank you. I need to take a moment to thank Brianna Miller. Her father was Pennsylvania State Trooper Joshua Miller, who was killed in the line of duty on June 7th, 2009. She was 13 years old at the time. Brianna and I worked together nearly every night in the operating room at Geisinger Community Medical Center. She was sitting next to me in the break room the night I decided to submit a letter of interest to the Academy. At the time, I did not know her father had been a state trooper. I am very happy she is here tonight. I will do my best to honor your father's memory. Brianna, thank you. Next, I'd like to thank the members of Class 254. I want to thank them for their support that I was shown throughout the Academy. Much like the instructors, you have influenced my life. Cadet Matuszynski, Rodriguez, and Melvin. These three balance the Academy obligations while having children and families to run. Three small children. I find that absolutely amazing. And that goes for anybody in the Academy, full or part-time, that works and also has family, especially small children. Cadets Ivanov and Signarovich, I will be forever thankful for your moral boosting humor. The class could always count on a laugh from you two. Cadet Stout, your hard work and dedication while under academic pressure was nothing short of amazing. You resisted the urge to panic, worked the problem, and succeeded. I am very proud of you. Cadets Batesel and Swanchak, you two have set the academic and physical standards for Class 254, and it was very hard to keep up. I thank you. Sergeant Meany, as the oldest member of our class, I want to show my thanks and how impressed I am that you were able to attend the Academy and succeed. Congratulations. And last but not least, Cadets McEwen, Gordon, and White Knight. As captain, I have to say it was an absolute pleasure dealing with them. I barely even knew they were there. They provided no trouble, no problems, no complaints. It was a very hassle-free time with them, and I thank you for that. In all seriously, though, I will miss all of you, and it was an absolute honor being your captain. With that said, on behalf of Class 254, I thank you all for attending tonight, and God bless.
Thank you, Captain. Our guest speaker tonight is Edmund Zygmunt. He's got quite an impressive resume. I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Mr. Zygmunt obtained a Bachelor of Arts degree in Criminal Justice from King's College, Wilkes-Barre, a Master of Science degree in Adult Occupational and Continuing Education from Kansas State University, and a Juris Doctor degree from Widener University School of Law in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Mr. Zygmunt has served as a police officer, patrol sergeant, and detective lieutenant with the Wilkes-Barre City Police Department. He became a licensed attorney and served as an assistant district attorney in Lackawanna and Cumberland counties. After the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001, Mr. Zygmunt joined the United States Department of Homeland Security. He served at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Glencoe, Georgia. He was a senior law enforcement instructor and attorney advisor in the legal division, a law enforcement program specialist in the Office of State and Local Training, and a branch chief in the Training Management Division. When did you have time for anything else? Mr. Zygmunt retired from working in 2018. It is now my sincere pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Edmund Zygmunt.
Acting Director Kevin Mahoney, Assistant Director Jerry DeSoy, Lackawanna College dignitaries, police chiefs and police officers, family, friends, and honored guests, graduates of Class 254. Springtime is the perfect season to celebrate new beginnings for the graduates of Class 254. Today, as we look at these graduates of Class 254, some descriptive words immediately come to mind: discipline, motivation, confidence, dedication, accomplishment, just to state a few. Through hard work, sweat, and teamwork, these graduates have overcome academic and performance obstacles to successfully complete their basic police training. In doing so, they have formed bonds of friendship in the police academy that will last their lifetime. They will remember this graduation day and their classmates for the rest of their life. They are now prepared to enter the police profession. The state of Pennsylvania is unique when it comes to policing. First, Pennsylvania has more police departments than any other state in the country. There are over 1,000 police departments in Pennsylvania. Second, the majority of Pennsylvania's police departments have fewer than 10 police officers. Now, we do have large departments like the Philadelphia Police Department, the Pittsburgh Police Department, and the Pennsylvania State Police that have thousands of officers. We have medium-sized police departments in cities like Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, and Hazleton that have anywhere between 50 or 100 or more officers. However, the majority of Pennsylvania's police departments have fewer than 10 officers. This policing structure exists in Pennsylvania because many Pennsylvanians prefer smaller police departments. In many Pennsylvania municipalities, the officers know the citizens and the citizens know the officers. So they are often able to work together in partnership to solve crime problems and quality of life issues in their communities. Other parts of the country are now wishing they had this type of close police-citizen interaction. Many of these police academy graduates will likely begin their careers as patrol officers. The patrol division is the backbone of every police department, whether it be large or small. Some of these graduates may spend their entire career as patrol officers, answering the calls for service that come in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. Everything from barking dog calls to domestic disputes and fights to robberies, shootings, and homicides. Some graduates in this class may become criminal investigators or detectives. Some may become mid-level supervisors like sergeants and lieutenants. Some may become management executives such as chiefs of police. Some may become police academy instructors. Some may be standing here in the future presenting remarks to a graduating police academy class much like this one. Their careers in policing are about to unfold. Only the future knows what they will achieve. I began my career as a police officer after graduating from Act 120 police training in Northeast PA many years ago. When I graduated from the police academy, I never imagined the journey that I would take in this life. I am very grateful to have had the opportunity to have served in and with law enforcement officers for over 40 years. For the graduates of Class 254, as you embark on your careers, I would like to offer you some advice that I hope you will consider. First, always strive to maintain your ethics. Simply stated, this means doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason. Sometimes maintaining your integrity may come at a cost, personally, monetarily, or professionally. But in the end, you will know in your heart that what you did was right. Always tell the truth in matters involving your job as a police officer. This means telling the truth in police reports and internal investigations, and especially in court testimony. If an officer compromises his or her credibility in police matters, defense lawyers will get that information, and they will use that information against that officer to impeach their credibility every time that officer testifies in a case. When that happens, prosecutors may refuse to call that officer as a witness and may refuse to prosecute cases in which that officer has made an arrest. As you can see, having this credibility baggage can end the police officer's career. So always tell the truth in police matters. Keep your ego in check. Challenges to a person's ego can sometimes cause a person to overreact and engage in actions that are detrimental to themselves and others. Egos can hinder effective relationships, especially with your fellow officers. So keep your ego in check and strive to develop mutual trust and friendship with your fellow officers. Learn to use police discretion when it is allowed. Not every person needs to be cited. Not every person needs to be arrested. Sometimes a greater good can be served by giving a person a break and not citing someone for a minor infraction or arresting a person for a minor crime. When dealing with criminals, keep your interactions with them professional, never personal. Some criminals will even respect you for it. People remember how they were treated by the police, so always strive to treat people with dignity and respect unless they give you a good reason not to do so. Try to leave a positive impression with people. You not only represent yourself, you represent every police officer who wears the badge. When crime happens in a community, the police must often rely on people to provide information to solve crimes. We have all heard the slogan, see something, say something. When people support and trust the police, they will often provide you with information to help solve crimes. Also remember that many citizens you interact with may someday be serving as a juror in a criminal or civil case in which you or a fellow officer may be involved. Be willing to share information with other police officers. In my experience, when law enforcement officers share information, the criminals lose. When officers refuse to share information or silo information, the criminals win. Train regularly. Police officers who routinely engage in training are the ones that rise to the top of the police profession. Routinely practice the police skills that you learned in the police academy. Pursue additional training opportunities that become available to you during your career. Take a training class on your own, in person or online. When you're patrolling the streets, think about what-if scenarios and how you might respond to various situations. Engaging in such mental preparation will help you to prepare your mind to respond more quickly when an actual situation suddenly arises. Pursue higher education if you are able to do so. Higher education can open many doors for you. Northeastern Pennsylvania is a great place to be a police officer. Our region is built on middle-class, blue-collar American values like hard work, patriotism, and devotion to family. For the most part, the people in northeastern Pennsylvania are staunch supporters of our police. After the George Floyd incident in Minneapolis, Minnesota, there were calls in some parts of our country to defund the police and to disband some police departments. Riots were raging. Police officers were physically attacked. People were beaten in the streets. Cities were looted and burned to the ground, but not here in northeastern Pennsylvania. At the height of the civil unrest in our country, I drove around our area. I saw many people in our northeast PA towns putting up signs in their front yards that said, "We love our police and back the blue." These signs were all over our small towns. In their own way, the people of northeastern Pennsylvania were sending a message to the rest of the country. Not here, not in our towns, not in northeastern Pennsylvania. Here we back the blue. If you have not already been hired by a police department, currently there are several departments in northeastern Pennsylvania that are hiring police officers. Please rest assured that the people of Northeast PA will support you as long as you maintain their trust. So Class 254, you have made it. You are now Act 120 Police Academy graduates. May you go forth and protect our communities. Thank you, and good luck in your law enforcement careers.
Thank you, Ed. We're now going to present the class awards. The awards given tonight cover a number of categories. And much like the Oscars, the recipients are unaware until this very moment. The Driving Proficiency Award is sponsored by the Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police Association. And I would ask Chief Royce Engler to join me in presenting the award. The award goes to Cadet Nicholas Batesel. The Handgun Proficiency Award is sponsored by the Northeastern Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police Association. My partner, Academy Assistant Director Jerry DeSoy, will be presenting the award. And the award goes to Captain Kevin Cherneski. High Scholastic Award goes to the cadet with the highest academic average of all courses combined. The award is presented in memory of former Assistant District Attorney and past Academy Director Mary Ann Grippo. Assistant Director DeSoy will be presenting the award, and the award goes to Captain Kevin Chernesky. The Trooper Joshua Miller Physical Fitness Award recipient is chosen based on scores of all physical fitness testing throughout the Academy program. Trooper Miller was a graduate of this Academy, and I first met Josh in the late 1990s when I was a young patrol trooper at Troop P Tunkhannock. At the time, Josh was a patrol officer with the Tunkhannock Borough Police Department, and his wife Angie was a police communications officer at our station. He joined the state police in 2002 and was killed in the line of duty on June 7th, 2009. Assistant Director DeSoy will present you the award, and the award goes to Captain Kevin Chernesky. The recipient of the Spirit of Distinction Award is selected by Academy staff and instructors. The award is named for Lackawanna College Police Academy graduate Daniel J.J. Lomax. Officer Lomax was a police officer with the Forest City Police Department, the Mayfield Police Department, and was a volunteer firefighter with several local companies. On June 22, 2013, Officer Lomax was en route home following his shift and came across a single vehicle accident. While attempting to assist the driver, Officer Lomax came into contact with a live wire and was killed. Officer Lomax embodied all of the traits that we seek to instill in our cadets: service, selflessness, dedication to duty, and commitment to others. The Daniel J.J. Lomax Spirit of Distinction Award is sponsored by Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 63 and is given to the cadet that best embodies the qualities shown by Officer Lomax. I would ask Lodge 63 representatives David Repchak and Lee Rowan to join me to present this award to Captain Kevin Chernesky. For the past several years, our Academy has been in collaboration with the Never Forgotten Motorcycle Ride. The organization is dedicated to the welfare of police officers and first responders while keeping the memory of our fallen comrades alive. Tonight, the organization is donating a $100 gift certificate to Star Uniform to every graduating cadet to assist them as they commence their careers in law enforcement. On behalf of the entire Academy staff, I would like to thank the organization for their generous contribution to our new graduates. Each cadet will receive their gift certificate after they receive their graduation diplomas. With us here tonight representing the Never Forgotten Motorcycle Ride is Paul Reed and Dick Rossi. They will present their certificates to our cadets after receiving their diplomas. Another tradition of the Academy is the presentation to every graduating cadet a challenge coin, which depicts the Academy logo, honor, integrity, and courage. Cadets will receive their challenge coins in their individual graduation packets. Our cadets have the option to have a member of law enforcement or military present their graduation certificates on stage. I would ask Assistant Director DeSoy to assist me in presenting the certificates, and I would also like to ask any individuals who will be presenting certificates tonight to come sit in the left front of the theater. Every cadet class chooses a fallen or deceased officer to whom they will dedicate their training and graduation. This tradition underscores the seriousness of their duties performed by law enforcement, as well as the importance of performing with honor and integrity. By doing so, they honor the men and women who have laid down their lives in service to the community. Class 254 has chosen to honor Officer Dominic Pepparelli of the Archville Borough Police Department. On December 25th, 1960, Officer Paparelli was struck and killed by an automobile while directing traffic near the intersection of Main Street and Church Street. He was directing traffic in the intersection for a midnight Christmas Mass when the driver of a vehicle lost control due to ice, striking him and another vehicle. Officer Paparelli was rushed to a local hospital where he succumbed to his injuries several hours after being admitted. The driver of the vehicle told the police that he hit an ice patch and could not slow down in time. The driver was charged with involuntary manslaughter and released on bail. Officer Paparelli was a U.S. Army veteran of World War II. Officer Paparelli's grandson Joseph and his wife are here with us tonight. Presentation of certificates? My partner is going to take care of the presentation of certificates.
Cadet Nicholas Batzel, I'm sorry. Cadet Captain Kevin Charneski. Cadet Avery Gordon. Cadet Nicholas Ivanoff. Cadet Angelika Matzalazansky. Cadet Dennis McCune. Cadet Walter Meany, certificate presented by Senior Deputy Don Bennett, Susquehanna County Sheriff's Office. Cadet Paul Melvin. Cadet Daniel Rodriguez, certificate presented by Chief Michael Roque, Nanticoke Police. Cadet Austin Signorovitz, certificate presented by his stepfather, Patrolman Kevin O'Hay, Nazareth Borough Police Department. Cadet Donald Stout. Cadet Allison Swanchek, Certificate presented by Liquor Enforcement Officer Brian Cervolo, Pennsylvania State Police Bureau of Liquor Control Enforcement. Cadet Keith White Knight. Thanks, sir.
I would ask that Class 254 class officers step forward for the banner ceremony. The Lackawanna College Police Academy Guidon is adorned with the banners bearing the names of fallen officers honored by our cadet classes. It stands at the entrance of our academy classroom as a reminder to our cadets of those officers that made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. Captain Chernesky will now affix the banner to the guidon. I would now ask the audience to stand for the playing of taps and ask Instructor Hughes to bring the class to attention.
Our turn. Present. Off. Class, order, march! Class, seats.
We've come to the end of our program, and again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here tonight. Class 254 was a part-time program, and that kind of program brings with it its own set of challenges. I didn't have much interaction with Class 254 for that very fact. Many of our cadets have jobs and families, and when most of the world is sitting down for dinner or planning a weekend getaway, our cadets were here training. That takes an entirely new level of dedication and perseverance, and I commend you all. If you would indulge me for a moment, I would like to briefly address Class 254, as well as the rest of the cadets in the audience tonight. During my career with the State Police, I was assigned to the State Police Bureau of Integrity and Professional Standards for several years, both as an investigator as a commander. Our bureau was often contacted to speak with new troopers who recently graduated from the academy, to let them know the kind of work we did and also to offer any kind of advice. Every time I went, I said the exact same thing. do the right thing. In matters great and small, always do the right thing. I would get looks sometimes like, that's your advice? Sounds like a lazy advice. Because from the moment we take our first steps, we're told to do the right thing. Our first day of kindergarten, we're taught to do the right thing. Why are those 4 words so important in law enforcement? I'll tell you this. I can assure you that there will be times in your career when doing the right thing will be the absolute hardest thing you have to do. There will be temptation to take the easy way out. Never waver from doing the right thing. You have the tools and the training to become outstanding police officers. Key among them is your personal integrity. No person on earth can tarnish your integrity except for the person that you see every morning in the mirror. 160 years ago, Abraham Lincoln said, and I quote, "All through life, be sure to put your feet in the right place and stand firm." I am fully confident our graduates will put their feet in the right place and stand firm. Congratulations. We're all very proud of you. I wish you nothing but long and successful careers. Be good and be safe. Instructor Hughes, for the final time, please take command of Class 254.
Aye, sir. Class, out 10, Class, left, face. Class, forward, march.
Good job, Kevin.
Thank you, sir.
Good job.
Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night and drive safely. Thank you.